All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Joe Micallef, Chief Operating Officer with Power Design. I'm really excited to be joined today by my two Executive Vice Presidents. We have Zach Elkins. Hey, Zach.
Good morning.
Welcome. Steve Browning. We're going to have a great time today. We're going to be talking about what's the best way to rough a unit. You know, Power Design roughs about 40,000 units a year. And I know, Zach, Steve, you guys have been very influential on really what's the best way to tweak and get this down to a science. And, you know, when watching the video, we got game tape here. And I thought it would be really fun to bring in our Tough Rougher 2-year in a row winner. Everybody say hello, 2-time winner, Tough Rougher Roger Arango's here. Roger, welcome. How are you, bud? Good to see you. Good to see you. Roger, we want you right in the hot seat over here. And, you know, we're going to have a little fun today. I got, you know, two of my experts, and we got the best of the best. So that's been the title that's been given to you. How you feel about that?
I'm feeling so excited to be here.
We've seen every approach, and that's why you're here, because there's a lot of debate on how to rough a unit the quickest, the fastest, but also to have the best quality control, right?
Yep.
You guys have proven the last 2 years in a row that you are hands down the best of the best, right? So
what were you thinking at this moment? And how did you help the team get it together? You're the leader of this team. How important is that role, you know, the night before in preparation and planning?
It's really important to getting a plan before you jumping in the unit. We set up a plan. Everybody knew what they need to do before jumping in the unit. So John is splitting the box and delivering every right location. Christian is starting with the low voltage. I'm doing the kitchen layout. And Randy is focused on the rest of the unit.
But I want to start by talking about material management. You know, this particular Tough Rougher, we use prefab. How important is prefab been, Steve?
Oh, it's so important. I mean, the way our quality is, right, in the field, the cleanliness, the safety, and everything has taken us to a new level on the unit.
We talk a lot, Steve, about the panel installation, right? It's the brains of the unit. It's the heart and soul of the unit. Before prefab, we noticed sometimes it took 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours to build the panel. Now, in our prefab, the panel's pre-built. I notice nobody's really worried about that right now. How does that incorporate into the game plan?
Yes, of course. So prefab is, many companies did prefab, but PDI did the best prefab. So why? Because we have a team behind us looking at the plans, make sure everything is code compliant. And then when we're jumping in the unit and we open those boxes, everything is in place. Everything is inside the box. We don't have to go crazy, figure it out. Yeah, Randy is doing only the panel. And I'm trusting him because he have a lot of skill to do that. So he's the only one that can touch the panel. After he finished the panel, then I'm jumping in the panel.
I notice here we got some high work going on, low work. Is that important to being fast and efficient? So let's summarize that, guys. It seems to be like you're in the kitchen. You know, for all the various reasons you just told us, that makes a lot of sense to us. You have Randy who's laying out. You have Christian who's doing all your low voltage. And then, you know, Jan is just getting the material in place. It looks like he's the only one touching everything,
yeah,
which is kind of a unique factor, right? Everybody seems to have their own thing that they have to do, their own plan. How do you make sure that everybody's going fast enough?
So we have a plan, like I say, we don't pull any cable until we have all the box in place. So that's why we're keeping only one guy doing this. That way you less the mess and make sure everything is landing properly on the right location.
You mentioned it. Let's talk about cleanliness. How important is a clean environment when you're working in the unit?
It's really important to keeping the unit safe and safety. You can go fast, but the quality and the safety is really more important. So if you don't have enough space to work, how are you gonna do it wrong?
Right.
You need it.
And I gotta say, you know, guys, not only did he have the fastest time by a lot, the quality was the highest quality, and there were no safety infringements, no safety violations. You know, let's look at the game tape though, and describe what's going on.
Since you pulling cable, you rush with the time, then you have a lot of stuff below, then you have a lot of mess in the unit. You have ladder, you have box. So how you gonna install the light? We all those on the middle of the way. So you want, of course, on my plan, we leave in that for the last moment when the unit is completely clean to make sure that the light location is on the right place, and then we do the right installation. So this is why we're leaving that at the end, and we're doing all the bottom side before. I'm still doing the rough in the kitchen, installing the box. The plan, it was easy, just simple. By the time that I'm finished the box installation, I should have all the home run in place there.
So I know other than you laying out the kitchen, Randy has all the other layout in the unit.
Yes.
Okay.
Wired stripped, it's connected, right?
Yeah, that's the
Let's talk about that now. As far as the trim devices there, we do a continuity, a mandatory continuity check before drywall. How did that process go? Who does that?
Doing a continuity test is taking some time, and especially when you have the outlet and switching on locations. So the way that I do is turn off all the breakers on the panel, make sure the line sign, the feeders are not on short. So after that moment, I start turning on the breakers and then follow the circuitry within the entire unit to make sure that breaker and that circuit it didn't get short, and after that jump into the next one. We sometimes usually doing that way too. We jump in the cable, but after we go in that box, we don't go anymore.
You know, a lot of teams, they'll come in. I noticed this cable was run. Obviously, it's not strapped yet. How many people or in your group do you touch that, finish it, and walk away done? Or is there a method of, hey, get it to the box, get it there, when somebody else comes back and straps it and makes up the joint?
Christian, that sample, for example, that cable is a low voltage. He dropped the cable in the box. He go back to make sure that enough cable was on the panel, and after that he closing that box and he don't go to that location anymore. That way help me to focus just on the kitchen because I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, right. That's half the devices.
I also have to follow, sorry interrupt you, so follow the cabinet sumido because we have to make sure the box is correctly right, on the proper location. Otherwise, you're gonna be outside.
And then it looked like you were in the kitchen. You know, the kitchen brings a lot of different expertise. Probably the most code compliant piece of what we do in the unit, right?
It is.
Is that why you took it?
Yeah, of course, because it's kitchen has to comply with FHA, ADA. We have code in elevation, distance, so you want to keep in somebody there with a lot of knowledge. I don't leave the unit until I'm 100% sure the quality is 100%, and then the panel is ready for inspections.
Here you got our safety guy. How much pressure is that?
No, not really. I know the guy is he's just make sure everybody's compliant with safety. We don't use the last step on the ladder. Try to keep in the unit as clean as possible. We're using the PPE, glove, glass, hat.
We've come a long way in the last 2 or 3 years on the safety side, and the guys in the units, the guys and girls, they know, they understand the expectation, and they work with the safety representative, like Jesus in the unit here. They work with these guys on. They communicate, right?
Yeah, we want to thank you again. You know, we hope this video is not only inspirational, but instructional to the teams out there to try and get better. We appreciate you being here live.
Fun to see the best.
We don't waste time trust on my team because I know what they can do, and then I don't have to look around, see if they're doing right or not because I'm trusting those guys. So we have the best guy on field.
It's great to learn from you. The best.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
You're
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.